We're back then today with another video for Last Epoch. We'll have a look at the recent reveal of the trade and the team faction system within the game today, and we'll discuss why this is so important for the future of the game going forward. Now, before I do actually go in and I start breaking it down, a very quick story that is relevant to this video. So, many years ago I was at a concert in Glasgow, went to see U2. Bono, who can be pretty obnoxious at times, he said something that has stuck with me throughout the years. He said compromise is not a dirty word. Now, during the same concert, he actually started clicking his fingers as well. And he said, every time I click my fingers, someone in Africa dies. Being Glasgow, someone from the crowd shouted, well, stop clicking your fingers then. So the two things you'll learn from that, one is that if you ever come to Glasgow, we've got a pretty dark sense of humour, and two, once again, compromise is not a dirty word. I think it's something that more people need to hear these days more than ever. So if you look at the other action RPG games that are out there on the market, you've got Path of Exile. It feels like you need a PhD to understand it. You've got Diablo 4 that feels more like a mobile game. Whereas with Last Epoch, they seem to have really found that sweet spot, and it boils down to 11-hour games being aware of the power of compromise. Now, let's actually jump in, let's have a look at this recent reveal and look at how this understanding of compromise is helping Last Epoch shape up to be one of the best action RPGs out there. So with this recent reveal, there was actually a blog post that went alongside it. I'll put a link to that in the description below if you're looking to read a bit more information on this. But for the purpose of this video, it was breaking down my thoughts on this recent reveal. So as we mentioned earlier on, the power of compromise, they really have nailed it with this, and they've come up with a system that I think regardless of your playstyle, you will be happy with what's on offer here. So you've got a system that caters to traders, you've got one if you choose that is more for people that prefer to play solo, and you've even got one for people that prefer to perhaps play with their friends a lot as well. They really have covered all the bases here. Now the first system we look at, this will be the one for people that prefer to play solo, and the faction in question and around this will be the Circle of Fortune faction. So the first faction we look at here then, as mentioned, it's the Circle of Fortune. This is for players that prefer to play solo. Looking at the official description here, aligning with the Circle of Fortune enhances item drops and allows you to seek prophecies to help find better and more items. Now the first thing I'll mention with the factions is actually the fact that you can switch between them. You're not locked into one once you actually choose it. However, the item drops that come when you're actually within that particular faction, or the items that you trade if you're perhaps in the trading faction, they will be locked to you currently using that particular faction as your active one. Now we have various different tiers that you can work your way through with this, and you'll work your way through simply by defeating enemies in the game, and then you will increase experience. You can also do something known as prophecies that we'll look at in just a moment as well, but for the purpose of this video, let's have a look at the 10 different tiers and the rewards that will be available if you join the Circle of Fortune. So the 10 different ranks you have here, you've got some real nice options. So at rank 1 you've got enemy item drop chance. There's a 35% chance of dropping twice as many items when you defeat an enemy. You then got upgraded Rune of Ascendance. This is a rune that allows you to upgrade your items to a unique item. It's close to a 1 in 2 chance when you use this rune that won't actually be consumed. For rank 3 you've got your idol drop chance, so there's a 25% chance for 2 more idols to drop at the same time. You've got exalted affix chance for rank 4, so affixes are 50% more likely to be exalted. That's awesome, that one. Rank 5, Monolith Echo reward upgrade, 35% chance for double rewards from Monolith Echoes, another real nice one. This next one is awesome, I like this one. So rank 6, Legendary Potential chance, that's how you make your legendary items. They have between 1 and 4 LP, and then you can combine a unique and an exalted item. But with this, uniques are twice as likely to have legendary potential. That is awesome. Rank 7, you've got tier 7 affix chance, so tier 7 affixes are twice as common, really nice. They're tier 7 affixes. They can essentially be, I think it's like 100% more powerful than a tier 5 affix, so these are amazing. You then got rank 8, which is rare to exalted chance, so items that would drop as rare above level 44 have a 25% chance to become exalted, so more chances at exalted, that's always nice. Rank 9, a full set drop chance. This will be awesome on psychos, or if you're doing perhaps solo self-found on a new character. So with this, when a set item would drop, the entire set drops instead. And some sets I think have perhaps maybe up to as many 3 or 4 items within them. That's really nice that. And then rank 10 you've got prophecy, reward, upgrade, and prophecy we'll talk about in just a moment, but items from prophecies are duplicated. So let's go in and let's actually look at the prophecies, but personally speaking the ranks on this and the rewards on this really are pretty amazing. So we have this short GIF here then, and this actually lets us see how the prophecy system will work. It's essentially missions that you can set yourself. The missions will have certain requirements, but they will also have set loot as well. So if you're looking for a particular item type, you'll look through the different missions that are available, and then you'll go for the one that's got the reward that you're actually looking for. At the top you'll see there's something known as favour. You'll gain this while you're actually fighting enemies, and you'll use this to activate the actual prophecy. Now in regards to the prophecy, there's a way you can upgrade this system because you're looking at a constellation through a telescope, and there's a way you can actually upgrade the telescope, which is really pretty awesome. So we have another short GIF here to show this off. So you upgrade the telescope you use in order to get your prophecies via lenses. Lenses you can buy from a particular faction vendor. I'm not sure if they actually do drop in game. If you do know the answer to that, let me know in the comments below. But let's look at some of the lenses and what they actually offer. So the lenses really have two purposes. One is they allow you to customise what your prophecy requires you to do, and two, they allow you to customise what your prophecy will actually reward. I don't have an image here of one that would change what your prophecy would reward, but I've seen some examples such as increase the drop rate in certain item types. The one on the left here is probably the more interesting one to look at for in regards to how you can tailor your prophecy experience. So obscuring lens of storytelling, with this 100% reduced chance for prophecies to have campaign events. So if you've worked your way through the story, you don't want to go back to it, you can drop this lens into your telescope, and then it means that you wouldn't have any prophecies that would require you to go back to the campaign and complete a particular mission within it in order to complete that particular prophecy. So awesome system. Yeah, you're customizing what you do, and you're customizing what you get as a reward as well. On top of that, there's actually a tier system for these prophecies as well. So the different ranks of this here, this will actually tie in alongside your Circle of Fortune rank. It won't be an independent rank that you need to level up or anything like that. So rank 2 on this, you unlock increased chance of specific item type prophecies. This means that you can better focus farm particular item slots. Rank 3 is unlock block activity type. So if you don't like a particular activity type it gives you for your prophecies, you can just block it out altogether. Amazing this. Rank 4, unlock increased chance of specific item rarity prophecy. A higher item rarity means it will cost more, but you'll get a better item from it. At rank 5, you've got unlock block high corruption 50+. So for players that perhaps are struggling a little bit with the corruption level in the game, the corruption is essentially the difficulty setting in the game. You also unlock a second lens slot, so you can further customize what your prophecies are doing. From here you get rank 7, unlock special greater lens. Prophecies cost 80% more favour and have twice as many uses. So if you've got one that's really got something you're looking for, you get 2 shots at getting the specific item that you want. Rank 8, unlock special greater lens. Prophecies cost 90% more favour and have double reward types, so your prophecies cost more but you get more rewards. And then finally at rank 9 here, unlock third lens slots, so you get more options to customise what's dropping and what prophecies you're actually doing as well. So that is the Circle of Fortune faction and the prophecy system as well. I absolutely love this. I probably would have been a player that would have played just as a solo player anyway and avoided trade because it's something I'm not a huge fan of, but with this system they've got in place I will most definitely be joining the Circle of Fortune at launch. Now let's have a look at the system that is available for people that are into trading. So full disclosure here before we look at this one, I'm someone that's never really bothered with trade in games such as this, so although I will give a quick overview of the trade system and how it works, I'm not going to have too much of an opinion on it because I simply don't have that much experience in these kind of systems. But the faction in question, it will be called the Merchants Guild. With this it states, aligning with the Merchants Guild enables trading items via the bazaar or directly with other players, and we actually have some video footage of the bazaar and how the listing of items will work. With the last faction we looked at then, they used favour that you get by defeating enemies in order to unlock prophecies. If you go for this faction then you'll use favour to list items and it will cost more favour for higher level items. Also with this one, when it comes to buying items, you will use a mixture of gold and favour in order to buy them. Once you buy an item, you can't relist it, so you won't have these people that perhaps would spend all day just buying items and then reselling them and flipping them and trying to take advantage of people that simply don't know how they should be pricing their items. So personally, I do like the sounds of that. You've got all the usual filters available for when you're searching for a specific item type, so you can really drill down what you are looking for. And like the last faction, you've got 10 different tiers, and as you level up, you'll get various rewards as well. So let's actually look at those rewards. So the ranking system here, by and large, as you level up this particular one, you'll be able to buy and sell higher quality items. So at rank 1, you can trade basic items. At rank 2, you can trade set items. Rank 3 is trade specific unique items. Rank 4 is trade idols. Rank 5 is trade exalted weapons. Rank 6 is trade unique weapons. Rank 7 is trade all exalted items. Rank 8 is trade all unique items. Rank 9 is trade legendary weapons. That's when you combine an exalted and a unique item. And then rank 10 is trade all legendary items. So at that point you can trade and buy and sell absolutely everything. So that is a trade system. As mentioned, I'm not going to go too in depth with it for the reason being that it's a system I don't use in any other games really. But there's one final system we actually have here for players that perhaps play with their friends and they want to gift their friends items. So the gifting system then, like so many other systems in last Epoch, is one where the developers very easily could have just rested on their laurels and done a bog standard system, but instead they've tried to look at existing systems in other games and how you actually improve on them. So the system we've got here, it works in two ways. The first one is that if you're playing alongside a friend and an item drops, you can gift it to them straight away. That's all very simple. What they've also implemented, and this is really pretty awesome, is so many times you'll be playing alongside a friend, they'll log off and the item they've been looking for all day will just suddenly drop. Now the solution for this is while you're actually playing alongside a friend, you'll have something known as resonance that can drop. There's no specific time these will drop, so you need to play for a period of time with your friend. These will randomly drop. They automatically go into your inventory and they're stored there. What you can then do is when you have an item that either drops in game or you can actually buy from the bazaar, you can then gift it to your friend using that resonance, and it will be used up when you actually do that. The only downside to this is the fact that your friend, if that item has a certain faction requirement, such as you bought it, let's say rank 5, whatever, in the bazaar, then your friend would need to be rank 5 in the bazaar in order to equip that particular item. But this system, again, like so many systems in last Epoch, it's one where the developers haven't just put out your standard system and left it at that. They've went back to the drawing table and they thought, how can we improve this system going forward? And they've most definitely managed to do it. So that's a breakdown of the trade and faction reveal for last Epoch, and as we mentioned earlier on in the video, the developers, I feel, have really knocked it out of the park with this. They've looked at both sides here, traders and non-traders, and they've come up with something that is unique in the action RPG market in regards to how you can actually satisfy both of those different player types. So once again, hats off to them, absolutely awesome. Now, the game, of course, version 1.0 will come out on the 21st of February, so it's just over a month to go. I've got a ton of guide content I've actually completed and it's just ready to go, so I'm working on a lot of videos at the moment, as much as there's not many videos going out live on the channel. When the game does go live, I'll most likely jump onto Twitch as well, and you've got some awesome Twitch drops that will be available. You can get the Merchant's Guild pet, does look particularly good there, but personally, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, I reckon I'll go for Circle of Fortune because I really like what that is offering there. But let me know which faction you will actually be joining in the comments below, and let me know if you agree that 11th Hour Games are really moving the genre forward with how they're looking to compromise with the different systems and come up with systems that aren't simply on par with their competitors but actually better than their competitors as well. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, and thanks for tuning in, stay safe, and I'll see you all again soon.